Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your April 2021 Tarot, Astrology, and Oracle reading. I hope you are doing great out there, Cancer, and that this finds you well no matter where you are in the world while you're watching this. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate you having you here on the channel, as well as a big welcome to all my new and returning subscribers. If you're brand new to the channel or have not yet done so, I always invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the dragon family, and also give it that dragon claw up by clicking that like button. Let me know you enjoy this content. As always, a few general messages before we start any reading, Cancer, is that these are general messages. They're not going to resonate with every single Cancer out there, so take what makes sense and leave the rest behind. You may find that these most strongly coordinate with Cancer's Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs, so do check your personal placements in your natal chart. You may find even more placements in the sign of Cancer that would help you to connect to this reading even more. If you're interested in a more in-depth personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use in my readings, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links are down below in the description box. So let's go ahead and get into your reading for this month coming up, Cancer. There's a lot to talk about. Thankfully, I think astrologically, we don't have a whole lot of drama. That's a good thing. No big retrogrades, in our major planets. We don't have a lot of, not a lot of heavy stuff. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing going on. So let's get into your oracle first. We're going to pull a few oracle cards. Then we'll talk about your astrology, and we're going to do a full tarot Celtic cross spread as well. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us what you have for our beautiful Cancers out there for this month of April 2021. Any information, guidance that they need to know, please show us, Cancer, and what they need for their highest good. Thank you so much. Ooh, I like this. Yes. And Cancer, there's a couple reasons I like this card for you. This is your main theme, your main keyword for the month of April. It's a beautiful card for one thing. It has that beautiful crescent, waxing moon there. And the keyword is opportunity. So I would say that there are opportunities this month opening themselves up to you. So look for them wherever they may be found. Could be love opportunities, job opportunities, opportunities for moving, learning, growing, expanding your career, expanding a personal project that you're working on. So this is a great card, always very auspicious. And I would say that you can take even more advantage of that once the new moon cycle starts. And that new moon in Aries will be with us on April 11th. The full moon will be with us on April 26th. So during that time from the 11th to the 26th, that's like the greatest window of growth, opportunity, and expansion during the month. So let's dig into your crystals and chakra card. Let's see which one of these guys will be most aligned with you for April. And we have the Cerussite. Okay, so this one really connects both the root, the very top, and the crown, the very base chakra, and brings them into harmony. The key word on the Cerussite is travel. So this can be journeys of the mind, the heart, the psyche, liberating your intellect, freeing your mind to do what it wants and go where it needs to go. So some of you may be physically traveling or having opportunities to do so this month. And some of you may be traveling right from your mind. So let's dig into the Keepers of the Light Oracle. Let's get one main spiritual guide that will be helping you this month, Cancer. Ooh, and I love this beautiful solar, warm, radiant card. And the key, the guardian that's coming forward for you for this month is hope, love, and acceptance. Oh my goodness, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose a loving thought. So this is really, to me, radiates so strong with that solar plexus, the self-confidence chakra. This is really, really there. She's really there to help, encourage you and inspire, and remember your divine worth. Yes. Be kind to yourself in thoughts and actions. this month, Cancer, if you tend to be kind of down on yourself or you don't really give yourself the most loving self-support, it's time to do that with the divine guidance and help of hope. Beautiful. All right, so let's get into a little bit of your tarot. Let's see what we've got. We're going to do a full tarot spread. Now, astrologically here, Cancer, I got the chart sitting in front of me. The two biggest things that I would point out, besides those lunar cycles that we mentioned, are going to be the fact that we do have a lot of energy in Aries right now. We are in Aries season, and as you can see, we have both the Sun and Venus traveling in the sign of Aries. And so for me, that is actually one of the harder signs in astrology for you. It puts a square onto your sign. We also have Mercury joining up in that sign early in the month, so a lot of Aries energy. You may feel like people are a little rougher, a little harsher, more aggressive and more assertive. And you honestly right now, you don't have the energy or the desire to like punch back or come back at them. So you may just want to kind of go under the radar a little bit at times and not engage with, you know, tense situations or harsh people, because that's what that brings up. I also want to point out that the planet Mars has been in the sign of Gemini for almost 6 weeks. And so what that's been doing on a universal level for all Cancers is it's been moving through that universal house of Pisces. And so this is what could attribute to some of you maybe feeling a little lower energy, wanting to work alone more frequently and not have people, you know, really bothering you a whole lot so you can really focus. Because when Mars is moving through that Pisces house, whether it's in your personal transit, a universal transit, you're going to feel a little lower energy, because Mars is really about our action. It's about movement. It's about getting things done. And when you put it in the Pisces house, it's like, oh, I'm sleepy. It's very sleepy. What I will say, though, is by the end of the month, I think you're going to be feeling a little more energized and a little more back on your stride, because the two things that will happen will be that Venus and the Sun will move into the sign of Taurus. That will happen after the 19th. Then your planet of Mars, the planet Mars, will be moving from Gemini into your sign of Cancer. That's going to complement and restart your energy a whole lot. So I would say hang in there through this month, Cancer, even if it's a little tough, tense, a little low energy. You might be feeling that. Not all of you, but some of you are going to be feeling that. Your energy will come back up a lot better once we head into Taurus season, because that's a much more complementary energy to your sign. All right, so let's see what we have got in your tarot. I'm going to be using the Angel Wisdom and the Modern Witch to clarify. So dear spirits, dear guardians, let's see what we have for Cancer for this month of April. Definitely. Ooh, some nice fiery energy. I can see it. Yep, yep, yep. All right, so right in the center of this Celtic cross here, Cancer, is the King of Wands. Strong Aries energy. Like I said, most of this month is in the sign of Aries, so I hope that that is going to be well on your side. This is a motivational, inspiring, ambitious energy, so don't be afraid to take a leadership role in certain areas of your life. You know, you do have opportunities arising, so if you have something that you're really, you know, angled on, really focused on, stay with the vision. Keep going. Whatever it is that got you excited and enthusiastic about it in the first place, keep that in mind. Keep that in your heart. You may not choose to share it with a whole lot of people, but this really does say that you will be empowered, at least on that level. Even if you're a little tired, even if you feel a little more, you know, of a sense of like, I don't want to go out around everybody. I just kind of want to stay in, or I want to stay to myself. I think that fire is still burning bright within your heart. And yes, you are thinking very much about going after what you want here, Cancer, because this is our guy. This is the King of Wands, always gets what he wants, and the Nine of Cups is all about the wishes, the hopes, you know, being fulfilled. And this is also telling you, don't get complacent about it, and don't get impatient about it either. It's in the works. in the works. Don't lose your vision. In the immediate past, see, I'm definitely feeling this, Cancer, this Eight of Swords from your immediate past. You are going through, or have gone through sometimes, where you have felt a lack of self-confidence, or a feeling that you're helpless, a feeling like, oh, there's nothing I can do, I'm just stuck in my situation, I can't take action. And for some of you, you may still be working through a little bit of that. But let's see what we've got clarifying. What's this Eight of Swords about for Cancer? Maybe because you've got so many choices to make. Oh my goodness. So this can really say there's a bit of an emotional or intellectual overload, Cancer. You've got the Eight of Swords with that Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups presents a lot of different options. I do feel like you've kind of emerged, though, from that. I feel like, you know, you've gone from the Seven of Cups to the Nine. So I think you have made a choice. I really do, for a lot of you. And if you haven't yet, you will be. You will be making a decision. But a big thing that I want you to keep in mind as you go into the future is that you don't want to be down on yourself, and you want to stay up. You want to stay confident. That's why I think hope, this bright, beautiful spirit of self-confidence and esteem and all of that are coming in, because they're really trying to encourage you. Don't get down. Don't get down, even if it's taken a little longer than you wanted to, because you might be super restless, no doubt. Aries energy makes us restless. And look at this going into the future. We have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords to me is a restless energy. It's very fast. It's driven. Again, you may have a lot of information coming your way, or you may be going towards someone with a lot of information. So be open and review your options carefully here going into the future here, Cancer. There could be somebody coming in with a lot to say to you. You could be sharing a lot with someone else, or a group even. I could see this for some of you as being, you know, like bringing a proposal before a team that you're trying to get a project funded, or, you know, have a, you know, resume into a job you really want, right? Or different jobs you really want. Having a lot of information put out there so that you're waiting for it to come back. That could be a really strong situation for some of you. And yeah, look at this. There's so much Eight of Swords stuff that's being cleared here, Cancer. And I really feel like you might be really struggling, for some of you especially, because this is a definite energy of, I want to go, I want to get what I want. I've got all these goals and these things that I got to attend to, but this Eight of Swords, and this has popped up twice now from the future, you know, from the future and the past. You know, this is really, you know, the illusion of entrapment. It's that self-imposed prison that we create for ourselves by whatever it is, telling ourselves we're not good enough and just believing that we can't do more. So the lack of self-confidence, making you feel helpless, being afraid to take action, but it's really time to break out of those chains, to break out of that trap, right? Those bonds are not that tight. The blindfold can be taken right off, and you can get out of this, you know, painful situation. And honestly, if you've got people around you that kind of drag you down, Cancer, this could be a situation where it's time to just really draw within and tune them out, block their calls, whatever it is you have to do, because your peace of mind, your self-esteem are important, and it's not worth giving it away to anyone else. So on the subconscious, what you're very focused on is this Taurus energy that comes with the Wise Counselor, same as the Hierophant card. This is very grounded, determined, very dedicated and devoted. So I feel that whatever it is that you're working on, or whoever it is that you want to be with or are with, you're very, very devoted to that. Ask the divine for help. Trust that the answers will come. This is a very strong card. You may as well, again, you know, feel like you really need to turn within and connect with your own psyche, with the divine, because this is, to me, a card that deals with a lot of spiritual mysteries. You know, the Hierophant is about those spiritual mysteries and learning. And the Eight of Wands. See, I think when you seek wise counsel, when you listen to your own intuition, when you listen to somebody who has your best interest at heart, things move really fast for you with this Eight of Wands. They move quickly. So I feel that you are really in a place where you're very focused on, it's like, I want to stay grounded, solid, balanced, but I also want movement. I want action. I want things to come out of stagnation and go forward. And I think they can. I really do. But I think that, you know, you've got some people that bring a lot of entanglements to you, right? And, you know, you could even read this future position with this Knight of Wands, with this Knight of Swords with the Eight of Swords. You could definitely read that as somebody that brings you in a lot of drama, conflict, headache kind of news. And it's just no good for you. If you've got someone in your life like that, you might want to put them on hold, for real. At least. At least. All right, so crowning the spread, message on the top from Spirit is the Four of Wands. So to me, that's a beautiful card of celebratory energy. It can be gratitude, divine gifts coming in, peace and contentment in your personal life. So I really would just focus on this, you know, as much as possible, because I really do feel like Spirit's trying to reach to you with some better energy, some better focus. Yeah, and it might take cutting some people out. I keep feeling this, Cancer. I keep feeling this feeling of cutting certain individuals out or bringing something back into alignment or balance. We got the Queen of Swords. So, you know, if your home life, if your love life, if your happiness is being compromised by time wasters, energy thieves, energy vampires, narcissists, whatever it is, good old Queen of Swords is here on your side. The divine is saying, you know, Cancer, do what's right for you, because this is Libra energy. She can be a little harsh. She can be a tough queen. There's no doubt about it, because she will cut people out that are not bringing good stuff to her life or bringing a lot of conflict and chaos, so that things can come back into balance. So let's get some advice for you on all of this, Cancer. This is a lot for you, but I think I really believe you can handle it. I know, like, this is a very strong read. About, you know, setting yourself free, liberating your mind, embracing your confidence. Ooh, very nice, very nice. All right, so suggested approach, Cancer. I want you to be a lot happier. I want you to embrace your joy, embrace your harmony. Only bring in and trust and talk to the friends and loved ones that really have your back here with this Three of Cups, because this is news worth celebrating, happy, you know, announcements, time for gratitude, close communities or chosen families. You know, this is having a good time, enjoying yourself, feeling like happiness is returning. So let's get a clarifier on this one. And we have the Moon. So to me, Cancer, even though that's the Pisces card in the tarot, I also got to see it as partly a Cancer card, simply because you are ruled by the Moon. And to me, this is when you really listen to your intuition and you clarify things, because there is that potential for deception sometimes with the Moon, you know, not seeing things super clearly, but when it comes into contact with a very happy, very upright, upbeat, you know, celebratory card like the Three of Cups, I feel like you're finally seeing the light, like you're getting through to the heart of the matter and you're really seeing the truth, and it makes you feel so much better. I could also see this as you just stepping into your power, because you are the Moon. You're ruled by the Moon. So what you need to know is there is an awakening going on. This is the Hanged Man in the traditional deck, and this is ruled by Neptune. It's also a Pisces energy. There's actually a lot of Pisces action going on here. So you may be dealing with a Pisces, or you may have some Pisces in your chart. But to me, this is an energy of sacrifice. It's letting some old things go, especially if they're not good for you. Things that you can't take with you on the next step of your journey. And so there is a release. You're going through a release, awakening, a temporary pause for reflection and insight. It's really saying to see things in a new light and embrace your unique spirit. And I would also say, you know, Cancer, what I really feel, I can feel it actually in this beginning of this month, even astrologically. Like I said, you might be really working through some things, your energy might be lower, but once you get through to the end of the month, you're going to start feeling a lot better. I really think you're purging some things out. All right, so the Five Five of Pentacles. Here we go. And part of what you're releasing, part of what you're turning loose is fear of security or lack of security. That feeling of feeling left out in the cold, not being included, not being connected to your loved ones, to your romantic partner, whatever it is. And it's time to let go of the fear of that. You know, it's like, it's like if that's the worst that can happen, then that's really not the worst, especially if it's not somebody that's meant to be with you. If you're worried about money or financial matters, this is also changing. And you may be, you know, the spirit is kind of saying, Cancer, you got to let go of a little bit of that. Because when we're real tight, when we're real nervous and our hands are all balled up, nothing can flow into them either. That is such, you know, it's such a thing. It's such a thing. All right, so going into the hopes and fears position, Cancer, we have the Moon card again. So the Moon is coming up twice. To me, in a way, this is like this could be your fear of not seeing clearly, but it's also your fear of not stepping into your power, of not being as empowered and confident and navigating your life as well as possible. So again, the advice around the Moon, you know, to break through the fear side of this is to listen to your intuition. Pay attention to the signs from Spirit and the divine. Don't worry unnecessarily. There are going to be revelations that are going to make a lot of things clear this month. I think you'll especially start to feel it, though, getting into the second half of April. And we have Justice. Yeah, I mean, I think this is more of a hope than a fear. I really do. And I think that you are hoping for balance, for restoration, for harmony to be restored. Remember on the top, the message from Spirit was the Queen of Swords over the Four of Wands. And the Queen of Swords and Justice are both strong, powerful Libra cards. And they are all about balance and having things brought back into order and having wrongs being righted and all of that. And the last big full moon that we had, that we're still cycling through, was the Moon in Libra. So I really do feel what's shaking out as a result of that is bringing back greater sense of balance, greater sense of stability for you. Next card, our outcome card, is the Eight of Wands returning again. So you've got a lot of double up happening in your reading this month here, Cancer. You know, again, this can be a lot going on. It can be a feeling of like emotional overwhelm, a lot of opportunities, things starting to move very quickly. But I do feel that that is what's coming. Yeah, and I mean, you look at even we've got your moon there in the sky. Yeah, with the rockets and the fireworks. So, you know, for some, you know, if it's related to love, that can be a love relationship finally moving ahead, communications being restored. Makes you feel like you're shot out of a rocket sometimes, that Eight of Wands. So, Cancer, I would say that even if most of this month feels a little slow, even if it feels like you're really moving through the mud at times, I do feel like it's going to get better. I feel like it's going to start to come out of that stagnation and move forward in a very strong way. And look at this. It's going to relieve a lot of this heartache. It really is, because to me that's like moving on past something that has really been heavy on your heart, very hard for you to get through. Could be memories or old wounds, something that's really gotten to you on that deep emotional level. Yeah, because look who's under here. Under the deck is that Five of Swords guy. Okay, this is... I was feeling it. I was feeling that earlier. The narcissist, the energy vampire, the people that step on others to get what they want. That could be a big part of what you're letting go. This is the kind of person, Cancer, that'll sit there and tell you all kinds of negative stuff about yourself to build themselves up. And you're sitting there going, well, what's really wrong with me? It's not so much you, Cancer. It really isn't, okay? Just want you to be aware of that. Time to free yourself. You got the Eight of Swords twice. That's the self-imposed prison. You got the Eight of Wands twice. That's getting out of the prison, okay? You got the Moon twice. That is your personal power, personal strength. This is quite a reading. And the Queen of Swords and your Justice, bringing you back into balance. On the bottom of the second deck, we had the Four of Cups. So it's also about getting out of that complacency. You've been sitting and waiting on somebody to keep their word or do what's right, and they just keep not doing it. Cancer, it's time to move on past somebody or something that's been a real stumbling block for you. And if you say, well, I don't have anybody like that, maybe it's yourself. Move past your own negative self-limitations, any kind of negative self-thoughts that you put out about yourself. It's time to let that kind of thing go on down the river. Let's get an affirmation on this for you. You got this card too. Ooh, I think Taurus had this card. Okay, so I told you Taurus season is going to be good for you. The unknown is your friend. Lean into embrace what's next. Cancer, I would say that, you know, you could have a lot of fears about, you know, not knowing what's coming next, not knowing what, you know, the future holds. We all have that feeling. Oh, sure, we all do. But this is saying that the unknown is your friend. And I told Taurus this in their reading as well, that they should go watch the second Disney Frozen movie and listen to that song, Into the Unknown. That'd be your theme song for the month. All right, Cancer. I hope you have an amazing April. I think this is actually an incredible reading with a lot of personal breakthrough going on, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.